already did that. Number 16. How can I stop myself from becoming panicked in my trading? Panic has to do with a lot of the things that you're doing. First of all, breathe, because you become you have very short breath when you're feeling a sense of panic. Get up, maybe have a rebounder, one of these small trampolines in your office to get the jitters out. Every once in a while, shake both hands. That gets the right and left brain going, and that is again a very conscious type of answer. It's practical. It does work. But for real deep panic attacks, you need to look at the reason that you're panicked is because you either don't trust yourself or your system. Let's see. 12. What are the steps to becoming a successful trader? I think I answered that before, but I'll answer it very quickly again. Sometimes when I answer one of these questions, I'll answer some other question that's in here. The steps are, first of all, you have to have the passion. Second of all, you have to have people around you that support you and understand what you do, but support what you do and don't think you're a gambler. Third, you have to get the education and technical studies. Fourth, you have to have a business plan. Fifth, you have to be able to follow that plan, so you need the kind of psychology that will bring out the best of the trades. What's the use of the best system of the world if you can't follow it? What's the use of the best system of the world if you're not making money at it? Once you have your system or technique, then it's all about discipline. It's all about psychology. 14. What are the most important things a trader needs to know to succeed? They need to know that it's not a game, it's a business. Again, I have answered some of these questions before, but repetition is good anyway. They need to know that no matter what your level of education, the wonderful thing about trading is it doesn't take intellectual know-how. It takes a set of rules to follow. So you could actually be almost illiterate and still be a great trader. I've seen some of the best traders with very little book sense, but very, very good at just following rules. That's all I'll give you on that one. Okay. Number 19. What can I do for myself to improve my trading psychology? Excuse me. What you can do for yourself is, number one, have a routine, and within that routine, have your morning ritual so that you train your neurological system that it's ready for trading. When you go to church, let's just say a Catholic church, you kneel, you go into the pew, you go on your knees, you say a prayer, you put your hands together, maybe you put holy water on before. That is a ritual that your mind says, oh, we're in a church, therefore we have to have a mental state of being in a church. A race car driver has certain things that they check before they push down the ignition. There are so many metaphors that I can give you on this, but you need to do the kind of things in the morning that get your mind ready and disciplined for trading. And then at the end of the day, I've got a CD that does that for you. Then at the end of the day, you want to have the kind of ritual that will get you ready for the next day. And you want to put everything down in a journal so that you learn the lessons of the day, so you don't repeat the mistakes the next day. And if you repeat mistakes more than 2 or 3 times, you get someone to help you to overcome them, or else they become ingrained anchors and conditioned responses that will hold you back from your best results. Okay, where were we? Sorry, I lost my place. I get involved in talking to you and I can't. Okay, here it is. Emily, is your plan only about the short-term trade? For long-term, it's hard to evaluate your discipline. It doesn't, you know, a trader is an investor is a trader. I don't care what your time frame is. The rules are pretty much the same. The one thing about longer term trading that's you don't have to make as many emotional decisions, so you don't have to have quite the same psychology that you have to have when you have to make very, very quick decisions. I had a trader that made over 200 trades a day, and he had to be right on and always on top of himself for being disciplined. But you know, for instance, I have long-term trading on right now, and the decisions come once every 3 or 4 months. But when I'm making that decision, I handle it just the same way as I handle the decisions when I was trading Forex as a day trader. The how you evaluate yourself is by the results. I mean, if you're not getting the results you're supposed to, then there's something wrong with either the system that you're using or your psychology. What percentage does luck play? I like that question. Luck plays a very big part, but luck comes with the kind of preparedness that you do in not only your trading but your entire life. I have seen that there are people that appear to be extremely lucky, and other people that have extreme problems with you know, even with some of the best systems and trying to follow the systems, they never make any money. But when you look into their psychology and you get their background and you get their thinking, then you realize the person that's lucky has been planting the seeds perhaps all his life, and the person that is unlucky has been planting negative seeds. 18. How can I get off my emotional roller coaster? I think I answered that before, but the emotional roller coaster, what you need to do is notice what you're doing when you create that emotion. Notice what you're thinking. Remember, what comes before the emotion is the story. Now, you might have created the story a long time ago, and what I mean by the story can be, ooh, if I go into this trade I might lose money, and then I have to answer to my wife, you know, and you go back and forth like that. So you need to know how you're thinking, and if you don't know how you're thinking, then you just take your thinking and focus your thinking on the task at hand, and the task at hand is looking for the opportunity. That's where your focus should be. If it's on anything else, then what's going to happen is you will have that emotional ride. Remember, these are very simple answers I'm giving you in a webinar. Of course, there would be much deeper ones that I would give you in person. Okay, 15. What are the causes of trader burnout? How can that be prevented? You should have a daily structure of working on yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Sitting by a computer for more than 20 minutes at a time builds stress. So you need to do things that will de-stress you. I mean, Jake Bernstein used to like to go down to the pond and feed the ducks, he used to tell me. I have a trader that jumps on a rebounder. Someone has a treadmill in his office. Someone likes to play